Hi guys, Troublemaker here, and this is my city, Trouble in Rockport. And as you can see, north and south-wise, I'm almost going to be having to move the screen for the introduction to show how freaking big things are getting. Yes, things are getting freaking big, and getting out of control. So in the last video, what I did was well, we have Oil Town here, obviously, but I built a new set of infrastructure so that I could proceed into the future. And on top of building Oil Town, I also fixed up the middle of the city so it's more conducive for traffic, so that all of our traffic from Oil Town here can just swing on through into the highway access to go to other cities. And I've had to do a lot of demolition in the area to make things go through appropriately. And this is one little area that I developed as a way to get into the city. Now, traffic is a little bit stalled here because these people are trying to turn right, and this is here. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so stalled. A lot of these little things that I've created that are slowing up traffic here, they'll go away. I'm just trying to empty this, and actually looks like it's completely emptied now. So I can move this on out of the way. And where's all our dead bodies at? That's where I'm going to put it to. We have one dead body here, 3 here. So I'll put a freaking graveyard near people's homes. And keep in mind, graveyards, homes are, rural neighborhoods are actually an appropriate place to put graveyards. Graveyards, you will always find them in rural neighborhoods. I don't know why. It's just how it is. And so we're still trying to clear out this garbage so we can improve this neighborhood's value. And now that that is gone, I can get rid of that road because that's a useless road. This road and this road. Oh, and don't forget that road. And now this looks a lot nicer. It just seems to fit better, swing better, swing better, and traffic's going to flow much, much better. Currently, people are having issues getting in, but not massively, and it's all looking very nice now. Moving this one will be another major concern because I'm looking to actually revamp this area a nice bit to make it flow just a little bit easier. Preemptively, I can destroy this here. Not really all that needed because we have the entryway here. But what I'm looking to do is move this graveyard and install a slightly larger road. Now, there is a strategy that a lot of people are suggesting where instead of building the 3-lane roads, you use 2-lane roads. And the reason why they say 2-lane roads is because 2-lane roads have no stop signs, 3-lane or stop lights. 3-lane roads do. So let's see if I can find 2 3-lane roads coming together. I don't know if I will. No, I actually don't have any that many. Maybe here, is this a place? 3-lane, 3-lane. Oh yes, here they are, stoplights. So when 2 3-lane roads come together, you have stoplights, and that slows down traffic. Whereas if you use only 2-lane, they will not have stoplights. So there's a lot of freaking dead bodies around here. A lot. Look at this. Just everywhere. Dead bodies everywhere. I think that's a song. Anyway, it's going to take a while for this crematory to actually empty. It's still emptying. It's got 1,300 people inside. Think about for a second. That's a lot of people in there that are dead. So we have to really wait for this thing to empty. And I am connected. Creepily, there's a lot of people just waiting outside the crematorium. I guess they're taking the public transit system. That's all just bypassing them. So I have no idea what that's about. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and do our plan to expand here. Now note, there's no highway access, so I have nowhere for this highway to really reach, except for up here. So this will go across the river, and it'll go north this way. So we'll build a subdivision up here, here, here. And also worth noting, there's a train station here, or a train line. So we can connect a train here as well. And we do have trains as an opportunity type thing. So just the twinned highway that we're going to build. Keep in mind, this is currently a twinned highway that's going nowhere at all, but it will be going somewhere. Be building twinned highway here. Sorry, it's not twinned yet, just a single highway. I gotta get my curvy. So we can curve in north. And then we will boom shakalaka it up there. Now I just have to follow this path in the exact same manner over here. curvy road. I think I'm going to actually destroy these roads now I'm thinking about this, because I don't really like where this is going to initially. So I'm going to destroy some of this to build more big, giant, freaking overpasses, like the ones that I have. So I'm going to want to have a way off of this highway to develop in a lot of areas. Kind of like what I'm doing here. So I'm going to want one right here, so we can develop north and south and have them connect. And I don't know what I have planned for here yet. It's a bend in the road. I might just have to use exit ramps, pending. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to actually keep this here. I think I'm actually going to demolish most of this. So I'm really loving the cloverleaf. This one here I haven't actually used at the three-way intersection. It's because it doesn't actually. It only goes three directions, right? Perfect for say like if this was the end of the road for me, but I'm not building my city in a manner where it's the end of the road. Like here's one that's similar to it over here, not quite as complicated or convoluted, and this is actually going to be going away too eventually because I actually have land over here as well that I can develop. So nothing is forever. Nothing is forever. So yeah, I'm not using that one. I'm going to use the cloverleaf. And these are pricey. It's 25,930, basically 26,000. And we'll put it right here, I guess. So I need to get rid of a decent amount of my highway. Oops, did miss this one piece here. Now where's the river to? Okay, so I want to link it up, make sure it links up with the highway up there so that if I want to do a highway heading north, I can. And that's how I plan my things. So that there is a perfect location. And the fact that this has highway end pieces on it means that, you know, eventually we could run into some problems with things. Okay, so we're going to have the highway going north into the zone that I do not own outside city limits. And we'll have to continue going south. And can I just connect these two right here? There we go. So that's kind of that solved. And this one, same concept. Except we can't go as far with it. Well, I can make a bridge over, but yeah, eventually I'll be able to make a much better network. Oh, it says invalid shape. There we go. And just have to get rid of this end bit because that will lead people to nowhere. And then up here, I'm going to do something similar as well. These are just temporary kind of like little placeholders for where things will go. So these highways here are not as super serious as the main one. I'm going to use these highways as my sort of offshoot. So let's get a 3. Actually, I should get power over here first because I have no power source over here. Jeez, that's not even active power. Okay. Connect. Up to here. Okay, so let's get the 3 out and see if we can make sure it matches up fine. Perfecto. Goodo. Okay. And then at the end here, I'll have another 3. Space already occupied. I hate you, game, sometimes. There we go. And I'll have little 2 going up. Or maybe I'll have this one going down and this could be a future something. I don't know. I don't think it'll be anything currently though. And I don't want to have anything close to this intersection. That could cause problems in the future. So probably around right here, I'll put this neighborhood. And then I'll put another neighborhood using this road. That makes sense. There's me using my thinker. Alright. And one over here for the other side. Kind of diagonal, was not the intention. And put one for here. I have very high industrial needs, so I'm probably going to have to push my industrial even further south. I think if I raise, like, I'm not certain, but I'm pretty certain, if you raise taxes, demand goes down. See, taxes for industrial are currently at 10. Let's test that theory. Will demand go down? Looks like it did, just a little bit. So raising taxes can be used to control growth. And this, I said all along, is going to be a pretty urban area. But one thing we can do, instead of building industry, you can build office spaces. Now, this new space that I've taken over here is a good industrial spot for farms, ore, and logging. But unfortunately, it doesn't really fit into the scheme of things. So I can put a decent amount of stuff here. I don't have any water here yet, so that's not good. But I'll make that layer into our homes. I guess these can become homes as well. And I need commercial zones, so I'll make all those into commercial zones. And I still need industry, and keep in mind industry and offices are still together, so I'll build like a whole pile of industry up here. I still have more to go, but I need to get the water over here fast. So that people pay me taxes. It's the economy, stupid. Okay, so my other plot, my other scheme, is to build a 2 roads south from here. And once again, just not connecting to the other side, and then building all sorts of ones over here. So this is a very inorganic feeling neighborhood. And look how close it is to that industry. So I gotta put something there that won't hate the industry. Something like commercial, or maybe those office buildings, those noisy office buildings. So we'll get some nice commercial zones up and going. And now this neighborhood will need some entertainment for the youth. Can I spin this around, or is this forced this way? Looks like it's forced this way, okay. So we're going to make this into a pretty upscale neighborhood. Look at the size of this piece here. It doesn't even fit into one of my standard blocks. I have to use... Wow, that is exceptionally big. Wow, that is huge. And I can make some more southern things as well. And this is going to be pretty close to the highway, which is, you know, not going to be good. So, elementary school capacity is not been wrought, so we can build a new school in this new subdivision. I can also probably build new schools in other subdivisions as well. Like this one can use a school for kids to go to be cool, because all the cool kids go to school. And high school capacity still not met, so we can put up a new high school in this same old neighborhood, which increases value as is. And now build a road down here to complete my plan. I don't want to have anything, you know, too close to these intersections, because that will slow down traffic too much. So I'm going to build a little bit here. And the rest of them just go flat down. Maybe I'll be more efficient doing this. This might be way more efficient. And I can even kind of like zag it out a little bit. Because who doesn't love zagging? The zigging and the zagging. Okay, so that kind of sates my need for pretty much everything. So I need to kind of work on other things. Electricity is fine. Water is... I think I'll build another... And I'll build one of these water treatment facilities just because we're being very hyper-environmental here. That's why. But we also got to worry about our system. How's our garbage collection doing? It should be higher. Incinerator capacity is actually doing pretty good. And landfill usage is not particularly high, which is good. Healthcare is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay, so I have one hospital here covering everything. So in order to get rid of a lot of these deaths, I'm going to have to build a larger hospital facility. So this one's going to cover pretty much the entire northern area of the map, except for here. I'm going to build another one that's going to cover the south once I have the cash. And that should make pretty big inroads in healthcare facilities, at least. Obviously, fire protection is a problem. Lack of education. Oh, raw materials? That's an issue? Not enough raw materials. That is shocking, because this is right under an oil patch. So all the companies that are making oil are doing fine, but all the companies that are processing oil products are doing terrible. Oops, I destroyed a profitable business twice there. So looks like Oil Town is not quite booming right now. Well, I can't imagine office buildings having problems like this. Look at all the death around here. So much death. How's our crematorium doing? We are currently cremating more people than we have space for. That's a scary thought. I'm just going to put crematoriums where all the deaths are happening. So, yeah, this looks like a nice enough place. You need money to do this. Well, that's a given. That's a given. Death, of course, causes disease. Little known fact. It's very well known. Actually, crematoriums are quite pricey. 25,000. I don't know if I could afford just another one yet. Landfill is still emptying at 41%. Just kind of get that out of that neighborhood. I have a feeling that if I get rid of that, it'll also prevent disease. And this one still has a lot, like 1080. It doesn't even feel like it's going down. But all the hearths are in use, so it has to be, right? I mean, it has to be. Fire protection looks like it's going to be an issue, but I'll try and get one issue under control at a time. So, like, healthcare is a huge issue. I feel like fire protection will be a big issue as well. So now the ultimate test. Does increasing or decreasing taxes increase demand for space? So we're going to put this down. And it did. You saw that? It went up. It went up. Proof is in the pudding. If you decrease taxes, it increases demand for space. So as you get bigger, voila, you better decrease taxes to get expansion happening. Make these really tempting. And that'll actually probably generate more tax revenues the way it's going. Oh, tra-la-la. None of these guys have water. Yeah, look at these going up, skyrocketing all of a sudden. All because I reduced the amount. That's crazy. That's a really, really wonky programming. I mean, that's kind of how it is in the real world, but I mean, I wouldn't say that to, like, you know, Democrats. They wouldn't. Well, actually, I think Democrats have the exact same economics as Republicans. I wouldn't say that to socialists. Socialists believe that taking all the money from the rich corporations via taxation and contributing it to social services is better for the environment, or not for the environment, for the poor. But it seems that we're going to lower taxes increases expansion rates, so it probably means close to the same or overall more taxes later on. I mean, my city's growing at an amazing rate. We're at 30,000 people right now. Let's see if we can get healthcare so we can keep these rates going up. And keep in mind, when I drop like a hospital in this industrial zone, that's going to have a huge effect across the board. And should be opening soon. 65,000 apparently. And we have all these big high money areas here. These are all pretty valuable. Pretty low on health as well. So here we go. A hospital facility. Yay. Healthcare for the win. Everyone in the entire city's happy. A new hospital is here. That covers a huge area. Those hospitals do. Okay, so I don't need any more hospitals because I covered up such a giant area. I'm going to need these medical clinics. 10,000 each. Don't reach as far, but 400 bones, it's, much, much more cheap as far as like initial investments goes, but obviously you need more hospitals as time goes. Okay, so we'll put another one in a... If I put it here, no, it covers less actually. I need to cover the entire area there, so that covers that. And apparently these guys are all happy because they think they're getting healthcare from these people. No, this is the wealthy farming community, sir, where all the hipsters live and get their, like, mile 1 diet or 100-mile diet foods. This is suburbia, where you go to, like, McDonald's and the supermarket and Starbucks. Have I hit any numbers yet? I think I've hit all the efficient numbers. And now the split here is not going to be so great, so I put this healthcare clinic here. And that's going to make people happy, but yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to reach people. That particular clinic right now. When I develop into this area here, this southern area here, that having a hospital on this side will make so much more sense. Having said that, fire hazards quite high. Okay, well now demand is actually outgrowing my living spaces. I'm going to put these back up to at least 10%. Generate a little bit revenue faster. Garbage is piling up. Where? Where is garbage piling up at? I mean, like here? These places have brown buildings. I guess that must be where garbage is piling up. That is a place that has pretty... Oh, it's all getting picked up. So, I mean, you guys can complain some other time. Looks like garbage is fine. The game is a liar! My capacity is huge. Like, I'm burning most of the garbage. Most of it's not going to landfills. That sort of good jazz. So I'm going to need a full-on fire station to cover these areas. So I'm going to have a fire station right next to the hospital to cover this area here, which always burns down, this area here, possibly this area here, and then fire station here to cover the northern areas, and then probably some more smaller fire stations for the areas. But that takes time and it takes money. So how are we doing on this? 36% empty, and our cemetery is 960 empty, so it's barely emptying, and I can guess why. It's because this thing is barely moving. It shouldn't be like this. I wonder if I delete this access to the traffic circle, it'll make things better. And, I mean, I can build bigger roads around here. I can build... Like, this doesn't go into anything, so I can turn this into a highway bit. That's doable. So let's do that. Let's turn this into a piece of highway that'll lead into here. That'll make things slightly better. Look at this poor truck. Looks like he's trying to make a right-hand turn, but he's not. Oh, apparently he just randomly hit capital city status. Didn't even try that. Yeah, this is an area I knew would always be trouble. I knew that would always be trouble. It's all because this facility here and all that sort of jazz. I knew it. So that's slowing down the entire traffic circle. Is this area sad? Sad, 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 sad. I really should consider just turning this into a clover leaf. Oh, I got new land that I can buy. So what we have over here, we have, wow, that has almost everything. It has a waterway, it has rail. It doesn't have farming. And this one down here, that one's not bad either. Looks like we can expand in some pretty wonky ways here. Okay, that's neat. That's interesting. I'll take that. What was I doing? Fires. Fires, fires, fires. So I have 132,000. Let's get fire protection going. Wait, how come this one has something but not all of it? Oh well. We'll put one here. And we're going to actually relocate. Where's the other one at? Show me again, game. There it is. Okay, we're going to relocate this firehouse. Just making better use of stuff that we have. And I'm going to put it up here on undeveloped areas. Now it makes people sad, but secretly they're happy because they got this brand new fire station there, which covers like, yeah, a ridiculous amount of area. And we're going to put a fire station, geez, that's a busy road. Let's go with the more northern area. Yeah. And that, once again, covers a pretty sizable area with that fire station. So that's going to really massively increase the fire coverage we have for this city. Geez, I really don't like seeing people die here, but they did. And it's showing you like the available routes to getting dead bodies, and there's not a lot of them apparently. They're all servicing a very tiny area. So we're gonna go and drop a crematorium as soon as I have the money. Should probably speed this up a bit. It's not like I'm broke. These are services that I've been pretty well ducking on the entire game. Police coverage actually looks good, and crime rate's actually low. So I don't really have a need to add a lot of crime prevention anywhere in the city, actually. Schools, on the other hand, let's see. We still need a lot more schools. So that's a little unfortunate. For the children, not for me. Why do I care? Making everybody happy. Okay, so I can probably strip this, all of this of zoning. And we'll transform this into an urban area. And I'll leave these blocks pretty empty just because it's not good. Yeah, because of the traffic problems here, this is actually not working quite as well as I would hope it to. It's one way of putting it. And it's stacking traffic. It's not too terrible. It's just, yeah, moderately terrible, I guess. Traffic's actually flowing exceptionally well. I'm pretty happy with all this. Traffic's flowing well, and I cannot lie. Those other cities can't deny when they make silly faces and they watch Aces of Bases. Hopefully these are all the last buildings I'm demolishing. The amount of investment I made in fire prevention for these areas. Okay, anything else to destroy? Exceptionally high demand for industrial and office spaces suddenly. I wonder if I can expand over. That's towards my water. Actually, that's all poopy water anyway, isn't it? In fact, because of my ability to treat sewage, it's not poopy water anymore. It's actually clean water now. How interesting is that? So maybe I'll expand towards the river with my industry. It's something that I'm always kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say against because that doesn't really match up with what's really going on, but it doesn't quite mesh well with me to have your industry near rivers. It seems like there's lots of opportunities there for problems. So this is going to be a 4-way road. And we're going to put industry over here. Industry is jobs. Now I think I can make a new zone here. Not 100% positive, but I think I can make a new zone here to transform this into a much larger farming industry. And this road, I can't use that one. I need this to be a second 2. Muchos better. Yeah, I think I can turn this into a logging industry over here. So I'm going to build this, and then I'm going to zone this into logging. You're gonna have to double check. I'm pretty sure this little area here can become a logging place. Let's see. Trees, yes, and that area also has trees. So both have trees. So I can actually rezone this. Oh, I need water. Oopsie daisies. Okay, water complete. Let's zone this now. So we're gonna have to do a bit of shading here. Oh, don't want to connect with you, sir. Just the border. That's all that is. This is a border. And we'll start shading it towards the south, because that's where I'm going to be bringing this to. Okay, and it's giving me a cute name like Belmont Heights, like people actually live here, but that's not the case. This is going to be a forestry industry. There we go. And the actual name of this will be called, we'll say this is the lumberyard. The lumberyard, and that's where all of our wood production will go. And all these businesses are suddenly dezoning because, oh, you know, I made a huge mistake by putting this here. Look how close it is to this other intersection. So the one that I have south going over here, I'll put probably like right here. Dip it down south here. A lot of these are not getting electricities. Oh, looks like they're powered now suddenly, randomly, weirdly. Let's get this. Down there. Yeah, we're going to do a pretty massive industrial place. Now, given this is so industrial down here, obviously there's going to be a lot of pollution down here. But we're also going to have a lot of truck traffic coming through here. So I'm becoming tempted to make this a non-truck route. just because it's not really meshing well with the city. And I've kind of thought about it multiple times in the past, vocally mentioning it like, yeah, this is probably a bad idea. But now I'm finally kind of saying like, yeah, this is definitely a terrible idea, and no longer all for it. So yeah, after I finish this new industrial zone, I'm going to develop another district with the exclusive point of transforming it into a non-truck route. That way, all these trucks that we have coming down through here, they will, instead of spinning this way, they'll spin through this way and across that way. I don't want them going through the middle of the city anymore. Okay, so let's create some districts. So we have the industrial way, which is ironic because it's not a place that industry can be. And I like to name places after their historical roots. So the one thing I remember about this place is that this was a place that used to be owned by a dump. It used to have a dump here. So I feel like I should name this place after the dump. You know, just having a dump in the middle of the neighborhood. And I don't mean pooping. That's kind of foul of you people actually to suggest that. I mean a dump as in this is a neighborhood that, yes, did in fact have a physical garbage dump. And I'm going to make it all the way over here. And some trucks will slide through, obviously, because there are some industries in this zone. But for the most part, most will not slip through. And so we're going to call this new neighborhood, no, we're not calling it the Grove District. How silly of you. This is going to be, let's say, Dumpville. Yeah, we'll call it Dumpville. So a very large area. So I also don't want them going through the traffic circle anymore. I want them just using the highways from now on. So I'm going to create a new zone, which will involve the traffic circle. And this one's always been kind of a nice neighborhood. It's been a nice rural neighborhood, but it has one problem. It has a freaking graveyard, graveyard right in the middle of it. So I like to, when I'm naming things, like I said, I just kind of keep in mind that historical root of the community, that it's known for something, and this one is known as the place where all dead people will end up at. So to that extent, we're going to happily refer to this as the dead end. Yep, this is the dead end. Dead. Whoa, that moved. There we go. So, to make these non-truck routes, we're going to switch over here, go to City Planning, and Heavy Truck Ban. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Now trucks can't go through there. Same thing should happen at Dumpville. Policy, Heavy Truck Ban. Boom. So now they're going to take a slightly less efficient route, which will involve them going through the highway, but it'll in the end be faster for them. That's one big part of this. It'll be much faster for them. Downside is it'll increase a lot more traffic on that highway, which means a lot more noise on that highway. And looking good. $17,000 in revenues. Jesus Christ, he said in a frantic voice. So developing this southern area. Let's get... Oh, you know what I did? And it makes sense right now, but it won't make sense in the future. I made it so that both of these roads will not give southbound access to it. So I have to create a southbound route. And this is just future planning because eventually, I wish I could build underground tunnels. Eventually, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. You know, eventually I'm going to have this route kind of swirling around. So I have to fix this before, you know, it becomes an issue. So this will be the way. This ramp doesn't even make sense, does it? No, it actually doesn't make sense. No, I can't do it that way. That's the dumb way. That's not a proper exit ramp. We need to go with the direction where the... Or is it? Traffic's going that way. No, this was a smart way. I did the smart way. I'm sorry. I questioned my own judgment. So now... we have a proper merge into this area. Slope too steep. Please tell me it's going to connect in. It kind of looks like it is, but there we go, yeah. So that'll merge us in from this direction. Yay. Now we need to merge out onto the other side. So we have, you know, a turn here to go that way. But I want people to be able to get onto this. So give myself lots of space. Make a ramp over. And then we're... Whoa, that was not what I intended with that. Okay, let's just make a straight one for now. Jeez, man, we can do all the fancy stuff later. Now everyone's unhappy with me, obviously. And we can twirl it in. There we go. And that will get people in and out. So we have, this is in, this is in, this is out. Makes sense. When I remove this, everything will still work exactly as intended. There will be no problems with traffic. That's for future planning purposes and whatnot. It just hit me that that's a problem that I have right now. So, oh, what do we have here? What's wrong here? Has this always been like this? Okay, so what's wrong exactly here? Don't tell me this whole length of road is the wrong... Oh, good. It's not the whole length of road. It's only one length of road. So we gotta get rid of that. That's why people are doing funky things. Because my highway doesn't actually work properly. Okay. That was my bad. Poor designing on my part. Let's make some straight roads here. And there we go. That's all fixed. Now my trucks will be able to get around again. And it looks like they pretty much stopped using a lot of these areas. Looks like it's just regular old traffic that's causing a lot of the problems now. Yeah, it's actually just... Oh my god, bus, why are you doing that? That's not... Oh my god, they're going right through the bus! I'm surprised this game doesn't offer the option for bus lanes. So yeah, I think that should be it for now. My next goal will be to develop this bunch here. This will be residential, and it'll lead into an industrial area. And, you know, there is a method to the madness, as always. This road can head south and lead right around the industry. So, you know, there are plans in plans in plans. My city will not fall behind like so many cities in the past have. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Troublmaker. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.